I love RPGs, but sometimes the developers' decisions drive me insane. I've made a video before on Fugamecrue about what I love about RPGs, but as teased in that video, there are some things that I hate in RPGs. A few mechanics I'm gonna go over here. Let me know some of your hated RPG mechanics in the comments below, because sometimes it just blows my mind the things that people put in RPGs. I'm like, why would you do this? Level scaling is probably my most hated mechanic in RPGs ever. I absolutely despise level scaling. When that's in a game, it just sucks me out of it so much. I want to grind. I want to feel like a god among men when I play RPGs. Literally, I like to over-level. I like to destroy bosses easily. I like to spend hours grinding. It's like therapeutic, I guess, something. I'll just put something on TV and just be like, boop, boop, bop, bop, just grinding my life away. I'm playing a handheld right here because I played a lot of RPGs on handheld, so that's kind of what I'm emulating. But just, you know, grinding my life away, watching whatever, some anime or whatever the case is, just grinding, and then boom, I progress through the story and it's great and I feel like a god. But level scaling is when they level the enemies up to your level, the bosses, whatever the case is, to make it more challenging, I guess. But it just takes me out of it. I don't like that. It's unrealistic too, because like, oh, if I was a weaker level, he'd be weaker. It's like, I want a set story that I get to go through at my own pace and in my own style. I don't want you to change it so it feels the same for everyone across the board. Let me be a god if I want to be. Now this is just kind of a nitpick, something that I personally don't like, which other people probably don't have a problem with it at all, and it's in one of my favorite RPGs of all time, is in battles when you can't see your character models. For some reason, I hate this. Again, it takes me out of the game. I'm just like, what? Where am I at? Earthbound is a big example of this. I love Earthbound so much. It's just one, literally probably the only part of Earthbound that I don't like, because you can't see your character models in battle. You just see the enemy, and you have your little text boxes and your HP boxes and stuff, and I'm like, I want to see Ness on screen. I want to see his cool sprite work. I love to see that. I hate when RPGs don't. It's mostly older RPGs that don't do this. Nowadays, it's really rare to see this. I don't think I've played any modern RPG that does this. Obviously, it's the hardware limitations and stuff at the best, but Super Nintendo could handle the sprite work for Earthbound. I don't know why they didn't want to show the party. Obviously, Mother 3 is the same way. Just the Mother series in general, they just don't show the party when you're in battle. I don't like that. I love the games, I just don't like that. I'm just like, I want to see how badass my party looks when I'm battling, especially when they throw animations in for the attacks and stuff like that and everything. Absolutely love it. Hate when I can't see it. Why? Why? This one actually causes problems for everybody when they play the game. When you don't show an enemy's HP, for some reason, some RPGs is very rare, but I've played a few where I'm like, why can't I see their HP? I'm just hitting them. I have no idea how much damage I'm doing. Why would you not show the HP bar of an enemy or HP, or just show me like what I'm doing? You're not showing me anything. You're just like, you're hitting them. I don't know what you're doing, but you are hitting them. Again, very rare. It's just mind-boggling that to be like, yeah, don't show them how much damage you're doing. Most RPGs have elemental like weaknesses and resistances and stuff like that. So what if I'm doing like no damage at all to this guy? I'm using a completely wrong moveset. I need to know these things. I need feedback as a player to go, hey, switch it up, boy, because this is gonna take hours at this pace, and you just have no idea. Again, very rare, but unbelievable when you see it. No fast travel. Most RPGs have a form of fast travel, or you get an airship or a boat or both, or whatever the case is, some way to move around the map quicker than you normally would. But then there's those random RPGs that are just like, nope, you're walking everywhere. A lot of times, a ton of times. You gotta go backtrack here, because most RPGs have backtracking. You gotta go talk to this guy over here that you talked to earlier. He wanted to do a quest over here, and you gotta do this, and blah, 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 and you're walking everywhere! And it's terrible, and I hate it. It's like, are you trying to pad out the length of your game? RPGs are already long enough. I don't need to be walking everywhere and running into a million monsters, and I'm just like, it's the most boring thing ever. I'm just like, God, I gotta go back over here, and I gotta walk for so long, blah, 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 blah. It makes me not want to play the game whenever there's not fast travel or some mode to get around the map faster. Like, why? Why? And if you combine that with this next element, oh boy, you're in for disaster. Extremely high encounter rates. Obviously, I like to grind, like I said, but when you're just trying to get through some kind of side quest or a task or something, and you're running to a million enemies that are like a one-hit kill, and you just want to get on with the game, that with the no fast travel, I'm just like, oh, Oh, stop it right now. Take it out of my Game Boy and burn it! 'Cause I don't want to play it no more. But really though, high encounter rates that you can't control because games like Pokemon have repels, Earthbound, if you're a higher level, you can just walk into them and automatically kill them and get the experience, blah, blah, blah. There's a lot of ways that other games have remedied this, but there are tons of games where there's an extremely high encounter rate where like every few steps you run into an enemy and you have to fight them. That's it. There's no items to repel them. There's no like, oh, you're too strong, you just automatically killed them. It's just, sorry. Go ahead and get that one experience point. That's not going to help you with anything. Go ahead and do it. We're going to laugh and watch you waste your life. As you can see, I'm very passionate about this. Like I said, games like Earthbound, Pokemon, Xenoblade as well, you can see the enemies. When you can see the enemies in the overworld, it's usually you can avoid them or they run away from you if you're too powerful or something like that. I'm talking about mostly when you can't see the enemies and just randomly you're just walking and just goes, bop, bop, the screen gets all cool and then you go, oh, level 2 enemy. Ha 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 ha. There we go. Double tap A and we're done. Now I can walk 5 more feet and then there's another one. Absolutely hate it. It's a terrible thing. Let us adjust the encounter rate or give us items or whatever the case is. Make it so we can do things at our own pace. That's what an RPG should be, right? In real life, we could probably run or hide from a monster or whatever the case is, but you're just like, nope, it's just automatic. Sorry, baby. If you're an RPG fan, let me know in the comments, like I said, what you think are just terrible RPG mechanics that you just don't like. Those are just a few of mine. Obviously, there's more, but I do love RPGs. This stuff is just, every time I'm just like, why? Anyways, drop a like, comment, subscribe. This is the new channel now. If you're coming over from Fugamecrue, if you just now found me, hey ho, hi, welcome. There'll be links to all kinds of fun stuff in the description. Go check that out. A pinned comment down with all the other channels I work on. Thanks for watching, and I'll see ya later.
So I want to say thank you to your loyalty. Thank you for your support.
I haven't had a burp. I'm sorry.